Yeah, man, Trace, we've seen the recession trade manifest through markets once again, and we're coming off the back of a very poor Philly Fed manufacturing numbers, which dropped 12.3 points. The US leading indicators were down 80 basis points. You can go into Europe from Friday session, and obviously the S&P Global composite number that we saw for the PMI series going into contraction. That sent shockwaves through markets. And that was then backed up by a similar situation that played through in the S&P Global US composite numbers, which also went into contraction, and that sent the market into a sort of a tailwind, really. And we saw commodities under a little bit of pressure mix. I mean, copper was higher, but we did see crude under a bit of pressure. We saw gold buyers playing through. S&P closed down 0.9%, the Nasdaq was down 1.8%. We saw high yield spreads widen about 15 basis points or so, but it was the fixed income market which saw all the love. And you can have a look at the German front end, some massive gyrations playing through the session. 64 basis points into 36. One of the biggest moves we've ever seen there. Italian yields under big pressure. We saw that in US Treasuries. And where do people go? They went into the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen reaffirming itself as the sort of bond proxy there. When yields are going up, we're seeing the yen underperform and vice versa. So it's a big week ahead. What are we watching? FOMC meeting is going to be the big one there. We're expecting 75 basis points. We've got 77 priced in. Will they give any indication about what they're looking to do in September? The market's pricing 59 basis points there, but I think 50 seems about right. I think they'll probably indicate that that's the situation, given that quantitative tightening ramps up to its full capacity of 95 billion in that month. We've also got US consumer confidence. The market's looking for a little bit of a deterioration there. US GDP numbers could get some looking, even though it's backward looking. The semantics that play through from a possible technical recession may get the headline writers going. We've got the ECI numbers later on, just after the Fed meeting. Usually a big indication for the market, but it does come after the Fed meeting, so I guess this probably has less emphasis. Big week of earnings coming through in the US. We've got Alphabet, Amazon, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, big names playing through there. In Europe, we've got a CPI number, which probably confirms why they raised 50 basis points. Similar situation in Australia, where we've got CPI numbers expected to drive from 5.1 to 6.3%. So watching the Aussie dollar exposure, watching the pricing now. We've got earnings season expected to start with Rio as well. So another big week ahead. Trade with Pepperstone.